Hey y'all, I know it's been literally a year since I posted anything on YouTube. I am trying to start posting more on here, vlogs and just life updates because a lot has happened. I have had the twins. The twins are 1 year old, they're 16 months old, and it has been a whirlwind. And also, I'm pregnant again. So there's a lot to update you guys on, but this video is 10 things no one told me about being a stay-at-home mom of twins. So this is just kind of a recap of all of the things that I can remember of this past year, because I'm gonna start off with number one, memory. I was in auto drive my first, they call it your fourth trimester. So it's the first 3 months, basically the newborn phase of a baby's life. I was in autopilot. I genuinely can't really remember like what my life was like day in and day out because of how like sleep deprived I was for 3 to 4 months. I have pictures. I know that I was happy. I was, you go into labor or you go to have your baby. I had a C-section with the twins. I'll give you guys I'll give a birth story of like how my twins got here. But I had a C-section, but like you go into this like kind of, I call it the twilight zone. And I was in the twilight zone for months, and I know I ate, sort of. I know I didn't sleep. I know I breastfed. And they were born in August, so like we did take family trips and stuff, but like I said, like in and out, like day in and day out, like I really just don't remember. Like it's like my brain just like blocked it out because it was that intense. So I don't know if every mom's like that, but like I genuinely, that's just how I was. But like I said, I have videos, I have pictures, so I know like I was there, I was present. It's just my brain just was like, this is a lot. Yeah, tandem feeding. So I breastfed my babies until they were 10 months. So I recently just stopped like 6 months ago, breastfeeding them. And I was exclusively breastfeeding for the first 6 months, like nipple only. I didn't introduce bottles. I didn't introduce pacifiers or anything of that nature until they were 6 months. And then I would pump and put it in a bottle, and then they would drink my breast milk that way. But exclusively breastfeeding. That is very true when they say like your body just naturally produces enough milk for your babies. I was super like, what in the world, how am I going to produce enough milk to sustain 2 babies on breast milk exclusively? But you know, God makes the woman's body so beautiful where I was able to do it. But my nipples, bro, my nipples hurt. I had one of my babies, I think, had a tongue tie. I never really got it checked all the way out because I found a technique that worked for us, where I would get the nipple covers. There's like little plastic, I'll insert them, but little plastic nipple covers that I use that I guess helped the nipple form better for baby to latch. And that was a lifesaver just in general, because, and I used them for both babies because it was really like, your nipples hurt, like they go through the raw, the crack, and then you gotta put them on, and it's just a lot going on, and it's just a lot going on. But nipple covers definitely saved my exclusive breastfeeding journey, and it was amazing. But tandem feeding twins is an experience. Nobody ever told me my back would hurt. Like my back was in pain. Like I think I have I have a scoliosis in my back. I've always had scoliosis, acute scoliosis. It's actually bigger than, or more severe than what I thought it was. I found that out when I was getting an epidural, but that's a whole nother story. It's more severe than I thought it was, but I have scoliosis in my upper back. But like you're kind of just like this with like two babies, and you're hunched over. Even if you have a pillow, you're still hunched. And then like it's a lot, and you don't move. You just don't move. I have a lot of videos of me breastfeeding that I'll insert, but like it's really a funny situation. And but it is easier than, and it takes less time than it does when you put one baby on a boob and then take that off, and then put it, because you know, in the middle of the night, like you're not trying to do separate babies, because you already are up every 2 hours. And then with twins, that's point two. With twins, you sleep, like you don't sleep. There's a video of me eating fries, sleep in the bed. I don't really remember what happened, but I just know that I didn't sleep. But when you're, you know, with singletons, I'm assuming, you know, you're already sleep deprived. But when it's two, you're doing two of everything at night. So like two diapers, two babies that you gotta comfort to sleep, two babies that you have to feed. And so getting on a good routine where both babies are kind of on the same routine, that's what saved. I genuinely think that that's what saved and made this twin journey really less stressful for me. I wouldn't even say it was stressful. This experience, having twin babies, and now infant, or you know, toddlers or whatever they are technically right now, it really wasn't stressful as a stay-at-home mom. It's just adapting, and that's all I know. That's all I knew, because these are my first babies. So I don't know what it's like to have one baby and then going to two, or one baby and then going to twins after. Like that's all I knew. So I just immediately put them on a schedule. So that's point number 3, putting them on a schedule. Put them on the same schedule. Do everything together. Like, I know that sounds crazy, and twin moms, it will kind of come naturally, but it's really helpful to know prior to having your twins. The more you put them on the same schedule, like if one baby is awake, baby, I don't know, you're gonna have to go to sleep. You have to soothe them to go to sleep to keep up with their twins schedule, because like you're gonna create a more of an issue for yourself and your partner if you don't get them on the same schedule. So we did, and we still do. Like, they're one, so we're still doing this exact same thing. I'm in the midst of it. I'm a little bit more experienced now to talk about it, but do everything together. We eat together, we take naps together. That's where they are currently. They're in their morning nap. They eat together, they nap together, I wash their butts together, they take a bath together, I change their diaper. Like, everything is together. Like, they don't do anything separate, because for my sanity, I'm a stay-at-home mom. My man is at work, and it's like you're outnumbered. Naturally, when you have twins, you're just outnumbered as a stay-at-home mom. So you have to get them on your schedule. You have to get them on a schedule that works for you. In the beginning, and newborns, like, you're just automatically assume like it's just going to be difficult. It is going to be difficult. It's not a walk in the park. It's not something that, you know, no baby is. But when you have two, it's just like, it's hard. It is hard, but you will get through it. I got through it. And it is I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, I'm so happy I have twins, and I'm so happy that I had twins first. Like, I think it's just so cool. But yes, so now point I want to say 4 is partners. So I completely neglected my partner. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and tell you like no. Like, I had a C-section, so like I said, I don't really remember the first 3 to 4 months of postpartum, because I was in, you know, zombie mode. But I was in a lot of pain, and I just kind of overlooked my pain, because I was a stay-at-home mom, and I had to get stuff done anyway. So really all my focus was on, I get just brainwashed by the babies. Like, I was just like, I have to, and like to the point where I wasn't even acknowledging myself, let alone my partner. So like, our relationship, it was a rough, I want to say 6 months. he felt really alone. I felt alone. We lived in different realities and both held true. And so my advice to twin moms to be, try to communicate your needs before the babies are born. And honestly, I don't really know if it's like avoidable for your relationship with your partner to change or go through the rough patch, because I've even talked to moms that have one baby and they say like that's actually a thing too, because it's something new, like you have to adjust. And as a mom, we go into mama bear mode naturally, and for dads, not like it changes. If you're a stay-at-home mom, your whole life changes. I went from working to staying at home, and he like kind of just went right back to work after I had the baby. So like his day in and day out life didn't change, but like he technically lost his girl. You know, he FaceTimes to see the babies when he's at work, and then when he comes home, I'm just like, I honestly know that I just wasn't even paying him attention. Like I was just like, listen, I'm surviving. These babies are healthy. They're dressed. They're fed. They're great. I did my job. And like outside of that, that's all that's all I did. So talk to your partner, explain to him, like maybe show him this video that it is going to be different in the beginning and to give you grace. And but also, as I it's kind of hard for me to say like, you know, put more on your plate as a new twin mom, because it's really hard just in general by itself. But doing your doing your research to understand what that postpartum phase is like with your partner, so you both know what to expect, is the best way to prepare for that. Maybe if you do have a support system, prioritizing maybe dates. And I know for us, like I exclusively breastfed, so in newborn stage you're eating like every hour to every 2 hours to every 4 hours, so there's not really like a lot of time where you can just go. So maybe plan like family date nights where like, yes, the babies are sitting right there with you and you're like in the house, but you're watching a movie together, you're doing an activity together, you're like reading something where it's more of the focus is not solely on the babies, where it's on your partner, like, because that's essential. And it's essential for you, mom, too, because you end up being a shell of a woman, because all you are is a mom, and like that's not all you are. And that goes to point 5, is self identity and losing yourself in your babies, because like I said, you're going from just kind of, you know, you and your husband, you and your partner, or just you, to 2 babies. And so naturally your mom's going to mom mode, and so it's inevitable for you to be like, go 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 go, the only thing that matters is my babies. But I did that for a year. I'm not even gonna lie, like for like 11 months, and I went through a really hard depression. I had postpartum depression, and I couldn't figure, like I wasn't eating right. Like my kids ate amazing. Like after they weren't breastfed anymore, like I made sure they had all their, I would research nutritional meals, like they're vegetarian. In the first year, they literally didn't even have egg. They didn't have any type of processed food whatsoever. They just had fruits and vegetables. So like I had them on quinoa. It was just like everything. Like they still have an amazing diet, but like I was not feeding myself. I lost so much weight postpartum. It was scary, and I didn't love myself at all. Like I just didn't like it. Like I just was a stick walking. I was actually lighter than what I was before I had babies. Like it was really bad, and like it was just the excuse of, well, like I don't really have time, and trying to get on a schedule and all these other things. That's point number 6. But personal schedule is point number 6. But trying to do all these things, and it's just like it was really hard, and let alone taking care of myself. Like I think I kept my postpartum braids the first 3 to 4 months. Like those things were like matted on my head, and then after that my hair was in a bun. Like I didn't take care of myself. I didn't get my nails done. Like when I think I got my nails done maybe once or twice that whole first year, just because like I didn't want to be away from the babies. But yeah, so that goes into point number 6, doing a schedule for yourself. Like from the jump, take a shower. Take a shower. You need to be taking a shower every day. Like that's the bare minimum. And it's so crazy. You'll see like how easy it is to completely forget to take a shower. Like that should be a priority on your schedule every day. Take a shower, because like your postpartum hormones make that BO smell crazy. You just love yourself. Take a shower. Make sure you schedule your eating. What are you going to eat? And I know this time around, I'm making it a habit now to cook more, so I can be more prepared of what I know is faster to make, and meal prepping in the sense, even if it's like I cook every other day, I still have leftovers from the day before. But make sure you prioritize and schedule what you're going to eat, mom, because you cannot breastfeed 2 babies if you are not feeding yourself. So put that on your schedule of things to do. Eat, shower, okay, talk to someone, talk to an adult, talk to a talking person. Put that on a schedule. Socializing, because as a twin mom, a stay-at-home twin mom, you're just in the house. You're in the house with 2 little beings that just poop, cry, and sleep, but yet your whole world revolves around them. So yeah, you need to socialize with people outside of that. Yeah. And I know it's going to be, this goes into point number 7, mom guilt is real, because I love my babies and my family down. I would choose them every day, all day. Like just, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. I will literally stay at home and I have stayed at home for weeks. Like when I mean at home, like it would be winter time and I didn't leave the house. That's when I mean at home, like for weeks. And it sounds crazy, but I had my family. So I was just like, that's enough. But it's not enough. It's not enough, mom. You need to have a friend, even if it's just one friend that says, hey girl, let's walk around the corner and get some coffee. It doesn't even have to be a lot, because I know like with me, mom guilt was really real. Like I just didn't want to be away from my babies. Like I felt like I was missing out on something, or not even missing out. Like I just love my babies. Like I just didn't want to leave them. Like they were my first babies. I didn't want to leave them. I just felt guilty when I did leave them. Like I said, I got my nails done like once or twice that whole first year, and like when I was there, I was FaceTiming dad, like, are you guys okay? Are you guys good? Like, do you need me? Da da da. Like, and I remember, so yeah, 2 times. So the first time I literally had my mom bring the twins and sit in the car so I could come out to see the twins in between getting my nails and my toes done. Like that's how, you know, obsessed I was with my well, I'm obsessed with my babies. But that's how much I didn't want to feel the mom guilt of like doing something for myself and leaving my babies. You need to be healthy, mom. You need to prioritize yourself, even if it is just going to go get your nails done, or just going for a walk without the babies, or just going to go and grab a quick bite. Like I'm sure if you have a best friend, your best friend will understand. You can vocalize like how you're feeling, and that she or he will understand that and respect that, and but acknowledge like, hey, yeah, you do need to get out of the house, so let's go through the drive-through around the corner, eat our food in the car. That's a 45-minute break, but as long as you're getting that, like that's really really important. And don't let like, you know, your thoughts swing, because postpartum is real, and mom guilt like it's a part of postpartum. And if you don't acknowledge it, and if you don't try to avoid it or like take action against it, like it will eat you alive and you won't survive. Like you won't, or you'll just be very unhealthy. And I'm saying that because I was and so I've experienced it. Number, I want to say I'm on 8, I would say, is don't compare yourself to other moms, specifically for twin moms. Twins is not the same as one baby. Or if a mom has one baby and then had another baby, like it's literally not. Nobody will know how you feel or what you're going through as a twin mom unless they had twins, unless they had multiples. And honestly, it's twins, because like I don't know what a mom of 3 goes through, like with triplets. Like I don't know that. Like, and I will be learning what it's like to go through, have a single, like this is a whole different experience having a singleton pregnancy. Like literally everything is so different. Even going to my doctor's appointments are so different than what I experienced the first time. Like it's not the same. So honestly, don't compare yourself to other moms. And number 9, I would say, is the advice you listen to is really crucial to your first year. Make sure you really discern. At the end of the day, you're the twins mom. You do, and if you are a stay-at-home mom, and even if you're not, like you will know your baby better than anybody else on this planet. And so when getting advice from people, unless they are twin moms, they are giving you the best advice that they possibly can. Take that advice and do what you will with it, but don't always hold it as true, because it might not work for you, and 9 times out of 10 it won't work for you, especially in the very beginning. Now, like, I feel like I can take advice. I took advice from the very beginning, but like now I feel like I'm understanding the advice more, and I can actually apply it to my twins because they're older. But in the beginning, like, yeah, no, like it's not the same. It's just not the same. So be very cognizant of who you take advice from. Make sure it's good advice. Always use your discernment in your advice. And my number 10 is your relationship with God. Prioritize that, prioritize, learn what it is to be a wife, learn what it means to be a good mother, a good steward, and what that looks like for you. And don't forget that, because this journey of motherhood and twin motherhood, it's a journey, and I don't think I would have gotten through, because through this whole year without God. I literally, to the point where I started a church group of young women. It wasn't even, there was moms in my group, young moms, but it wasn't, majority of them didn't have kids. Everybody was in different stages of life. But to be around godly women and women that were striving to be more like God, because as a mom, like, you end up spending a lot of time on social media and getting fed things that aren't of God, which could then also affect your mental health. And so God and mental health go hand in hand. And if you want to be a healthy and a happy mom and a whole mom, get in a church, read your Bible, pray, talk to God, even if it's just, God, please help me. But in the middle of night, God, please give me the patience. Because it's hard. You're going to need it. You're going to need the patience. You're going to need the strength. You're going to need the energy. You're going to need the support. You're going to need the wisdom. You're going to need the intelligence. You're going to need all of the things that only God can give you. And being a child of God, you already know you're covered, and you will get through it, and He's got you. So these are the 10 things that I wish someone told me about having twins. And so yes, I am now going to be a mom of 3 under 2. Literally, I'm due in April, and check out that information in the next video. Bye bye.